Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guests. We'll put the S at the end of guests. And this is Rockoutloud. Rockoutloud is a rock and roll music school. And we played an amazing show on this past Sunday, on November the 13th. We did a lot of things. We actually raised $985 just that day for our turkey drive, which is this Saturday. Because not just because of you, but because of a lot of people. But there's a reason why I wanted these young little gentlemen, I should say rock stars right now, because they were fantastic. You were exceptional. And the one thing that I remembered of the show was this little boy to my right, Brayden, right? He was sitting there with his hat back, right? Flip back.
Playing my bass guitar.
Wait, flip your hat back. A real visual, exactly like that. Standing on the steps, and as he's standing on the steps, he's just rocking and rolling with a smile. He goes, "I can't wait to get up." Now, how old are you?
8.
8 years old. He goes, "I cannot wait to get up there." Now, how?
I looked like I've been playing for like 14 years.
Yeah, right, exactly right. Like you said, 14 years. Now, he's 8 years old. You're sitting there or standing there on the stage, hat back, and you look like you own the Stone Pony. You're like, "I can't wait to go. I've never seen anything like that, like the drive." And you haven't even been playing that long, right?
No, like 4 months. 5, 6 months.
Right. It doesn't mean that Rockoutloud is the greatest music school in the world. It just means that you're exceptional.
It just means I'm very focused and...
That's exactly right. You're very focused. And what else? Let's talk about it.
I focus a lot. It's like, this is like the only things I focus. I just like wipe all the things out of my mind and just think of
like math and science and social studies, and it's just music.
Take all that out.
Wow.
I don't think any of it.
You heard it right from your mouth. From your mouth to everybody else's ears. Focusing is the key, by the way.
This guy, he's focused.
Yeah, 100%. But when I was standing there, you were looking at the stage, and you looked like it was the first time you were ever going to play a stage like that, and you were starstruck, saying, "Oh my God!"
Steven.
Yeah, everybody was looking at you, and you both stood at the side of that stage. You could not wait to get on. Now, how long have you been playing?
I've been not playing for long, the same exact thing. We've been playing for 4 or 5 months.
And how old are you?
8.
You're 8, so you're a year apart.
No.
Wait, you're 9 and you're 8?
We're both 8.
Oh, you're both 8.
We're twins.
You're twins?
But I was just 2 minutes early.
Oh my God! So you're older.
I think you're thinking of 2 hours.
Was 2 minutes.
Wait, you were 2 hours. Wait,
No.
Your mom was pregnant 2 more hours?
Okay, now you're going cuckoo.
No.
Wait a second. You just said 2 minutes. You said 2 hours. Were you?
He was.
Are you?
He was 2 minutes late.
Oh, so you were late.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I just wanted to know. You just said you were stuck in there for 2 hours. That's what I thought you said. So 2 minutes. So you're older. You're the older one.
Yes.
6. So Joe, you're the older brother, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. And you're playing piano.
Yes.
And it was a rumor has it that you were actually playing piano, but you were practicing with the notes. And somebody said, "You don't want to take your notes up on stage." Is that right?
Yeah.
And what happened?
I didn't.
Exactly right. And how do you think you did?
Because before we went, my dad told me if you practice, you don't need to use a paper.
He's right. He's exactly right. And you put the papers down, and you were able to do it.
Yes. Dad put on the song, and I flew through it.
You did. Is it because you're focused just like your brother?
Yes.
Holy mackerel. It's a focused family. It's a very focused family.
Because usually when I'm doing music, just saying I'm just drawing and I say it's not good, I just erase all my memories and just focus on what I'm playing.
Where did you get this focus from? Mom?
Playing? No, you just play. Just
wow.
play.
Oh, wow. So don't give Mom any credit, please.
All she is
Mom. Sorry.
All she is just proud of us.
Oh, well, that's very, very important.
gotta tell
Is the
her.
support and being super proud. That's super important. But I just wanted to acknowledge you guys, especially that you like the big brother, but I know that you're the big brother because you're 2 minutes early.
Yeah.
But he was there, and it was almost like he was comforting you because you were watching him, and he was just so excited. And by the way, when you played bass, whether you played the right notes or the wrong notes, you owned that stage, and every time you played a note, you would, your foot, right? And you would do that, right? You kept doing that.
Yeah, and like a famous bass player says, if you make a mistake, you play it twice.
That's what I said. You know who that famous person was?
Who?
Eddie Van Halen. You ever hear Eddie Van Halen?
Is that you?
No, my God. Steven, you got to tell your coach, Steven, he didn't introduce you to Eddie Van Halen. Running with the Devil was all bass, by the way. So Eddie Van Halen's a famous guitar player. And when he was playing, he was teaching his son how to play. And he said, "Dad, what happens if you make a mistake?" He said, "Do it twice. Because if you do it twice, no one's going to think it's a mistake." That's what I said to you, remember? Man, that was awesome. That was awesome. I'm glad somebody listens to me. My wife is in the audience. She never listens to me. It's good to know that I got somebody here that listens to me. Okay, I'm going to introduce you now. These two fellas are amazing, but I want to introduce you to the most important person over here at Rock Out Loud. It's actually your bass coach, right?
Yes,
Your bass coach. And who teaches you piano?
Michael.
Michael. So Michael's not here, but Steven's here. But Steven's going to ask you both questions. So not like me, Steven's got to ask questions that are written out. I already have it memorized. You know why? Because I'm focused. No, it's because I'm focused. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for...
You feel good enough to say that?
Okay, so let's a big round of applause for Steven. And thank you very much, gentlemen. I really appreciate it.
All right, Steven.
Alrighty, so I've got a couple of rock stars across from me on this table. So,
You mean River?
well, yeah, it's kind of, this table does look a little bit like a river. So, I teach Brayden bass. And Brayden, how have you been enjoying bass so far?
I feel like I'm in heaven. It's
Feel
awesome.
like you're in heaven? Well, that's great.
That's like Field of Dreams.
It's a pretty good feeling to have for you're learning a new instrument. That's awesome. And then Joe, you've been learning piano. So how does that feel so far?
Just feeling the dream.
You're feeling the dream. I love it. Now I'm just curious. You're both very young, so I don't think so. But do either of you have any experience playing any other instruments?
No.
The saxophone.
The xylophone.
The xylophone, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
do
You
it
played
in school.
xylophone. Oh, okay. That's
I
awesome.
teach a xylophone.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Very cool.
me too.
Okay, so you both played xylophone in school.
Well, yeah, because at music classes we do like songs, but then they just say like you have to use these instruments, and then we just switch like instruments.
So how is playing xylophone compared to
awesome.
playing bass?
Not even close.
Oh, not even close. Okay. I've played xylophone before too, and I agree. I also like playing bass a lot
Because
more, and piano.
if you add a xylophone to a bass, it would make no sense.
Well, yeah, they're definitely very, very different.
It'd be like
instruments.
a 2-year-old created a new invention.
Yeah, well, maybe who knows? Maybe that could be cool. Now, are you
Never know.
interested in learning any other instruments down the line?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, down the line, pretty much, I've been like since like
Maybe.
4, I've been like just saying to myself like I want to play the tuba.
I don't know.
Maybe tuba.
I might
Okay.
play drums or piano, but I like bass a lot more.
Great,
too
great.
fun. Too
Well,
fun.
if you, Joey, if you are interested in learning tuba, you might have to wait just a little bit because I think a tuba is actually bigger than you are right now, like the actual
I
instrument.
know, but in 4th grade, my school, like 4th to 5th grade in our school, you can do a band orchestra, and I feel like I'm doing that.
Great. No, I would totally encourage. I did band, and while I was in school, I played clarinet. I played clarinet for a while. I switched to bass clarinet eventually, but
Yeah, and you told me a story.
One
You used to
question?
play
Yeah, what's up, Joey?
My dad plays trumpet,
Your dad plays trumpet. That's really, really
but he
cool.
doesn't play it anymore because he hated it.
That's understandable. I played trumpet.
Take lessons at Rock Out Loud.
Maybe that's why.
No, he doesn't like trumpet.
I played trumpet a little bit too, and I also didn't like it. So maybe it's just a thing with trumpet.
Trumpet's like a big, fat instrument.
It's a little bit of a smaller one. That's a tuba.
The tuba is like a trombone, but
Skinny
it's
and
like
fat.
up and like way fatter.
It's like a
Yeah.
trombone.
Okay, so
Skinny and fat.
this was. Have you ever done anything like this whole concert experience we just did at the Stone Pony? Have you ever done anything like that at all? Anything like that?
No.
No. Totally new experience.
If I ever did, I'll be better than before. When I
Well,
was
you
on
do
stage.
improve every time, so that's great. What about you,
I
Joey?
practice at home, so.
That's great. Yeah.
No memories.
No memories of any other experience like this. So
He
then,
never did it.
so do you want to do it again?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do like 14 concerts in a year.
Yeah.
I want to do a lot more.
Yeah, I remember actually. I think it was earlier this week during our lesson. I was like, "So how did it go?" And you're like, "When's the next one? I want. When do I get to do that again? Because it's a lot of fun, right?"
Yeah, you're right. It feels like a field of flowers.
Yeah.
Instead of flowers, it's space.
Instead of a field of bass. Okay, I like that. But it's a really cool feeling to like be on a stage and there's just hundreds of people
Because the
and
next
you're
thing you
looking
know,
out.
next thing you know, when you get off stage, you go to school. Everybody's like, "I want your photograph."
Yeah. Can I get your autograph? Can I take a picture with you? Yeah, it's really, really cool. It's an awesome feeling. So I'm glad that you got to experience that, and I definitely think that you're going to get to experience it again because we have concerts like that all the time. So far that was the concert. Now, would you say that that's been the biggest thing so far in your journey of like playing music, or was it the first time you ever played? Maybe like when you got your bass. Like, what was the biggest thing? Was the concert like the big thing for you?
Basically one of the biggest.
Yeah.
I got a lot of big things, but that's
Because
probably
like
the biggest.
when I used to go
First,
to
flying out of a tree.
Let's hear
That's the
from
biggest.
Joey first.
Because like I have a lot of big moments. Like
Well, okay. No, let's hear your top two. Let's hear your top two.
top two, probably the first one is when like probably at Silton Swim School. Like
I was terrified diving.
Like literally we had to do like a dive, and I just one thing. When I was like younger, I was not
He was
like the
terrified.
guy. I'm not the stunt guy like diving into
I
a
would have to
pool
push
of
him. I would have to push
mayonnaise.
him.
Yeah, I'm super scared of diving and stuff like
Pool of
that.
mayonnaise?
A pool of mayonnaise.
Is that what you just said?
I think he
No, a
misheard
pool of-
stuff.
Anyway.
Yeah, he said
In a pool of mayo.
We're gonna have to play that back. I think you said mayonnaise.
It might have been
Oh
mayonnaise.
wait, I did say mayonnaise.
Okay.
Okay, we got it. Caught on tape. All right.
He's figuring out too much food. He's figuring out too much food right now. You're gonna eat after.
What, I
But
love
it's
mayo.
it's
I love
it's
mayo.
really really great that you got to have this big
Yeah, and
moment.
probably second was probably the stone pony.
One of my biggest
And then
things
what about
ever.
Brayden? Second to
Who's
the
first?
so Stone Pony comes second to Pool of Mayonnaise. Got it.
That's my
All right.
first one.
Let's hear from Brayden.
It was just
Falling out of a tree.
Falling out of a tree. That was a big moment.
What?
All right, sure. Yeah.
I was climbing a tree and I fell. You didn't say that.
All right.
You're
Okay.
right.
And then what about the Stone Pony was your other big moment? Great.
There's another one. I mean, I think once oh yeah, I was playing hide and seek, and I went into the garage, and you know the stairs to like walk down the garage.
Yeah.
I hid it under it. They
Oh,
could never
okay,
find
okay.
me.
basically.
Very very cool. So let me ask
And
you.
then it's a stone pony.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was like.
Let me ask
we
you really
couldn't
quick.
find him.
Now, pretty much every famous player that you ever see, your famous
Yep.
bass players, your favorite piano players, all of those people, all these celebrities, and even the coaches here, they got where they are because they had goals. So let's hear from each of you in one at a time. Let's hear from Brayden first. Brayden, what would you say your biggest goal is right now?
Is to become very famous.
To become very famous. That sounds good.
So that's technically like getting really bad. Good.
Yeah,
Really
I
good.
mean, definitely got to be good to get famous. So
You can't just
you're
like
thinking
just play.
you want to be
have
like a famous bass player.
Yeah, I want people to know me.
That would be awesome. That's a good goal. All right, let's hear from Joey. What's your big goal?
Basically, what Brayden said, like, be one of the best piano players, like, from, like, Elvis Presley to, like, any famous piano player.
Any famous piano player? Sure. Yeah, I don't know if Elvis played piano, but
No,
you
he
know.
did.
Oh, okay. Did he?
He played Love
I didn't
Me
see the
Tender.
movie.
He played Love Me Tender.
Oh, okay, great. I that's some trivia that I didn't know. Thank you very much. But now, so those are your big goals. What do you think you can do? And let's start with Brayden. What do you think you can do to get there? What do you think you'll have to do
Let's say I got a few goals to get up to there.
in order to get up
First,
to the being famous?
I could start I could start doing more concerts. Maybe I could start practicing a lot more, and probably starting my own I don't know how to say it, but start
Maybe your own sort of project?
Yes, my
Yeah?
own project,
Maybe your own band?
I could make my own band
Yeah.
and play songs in the neighborhood, and people could
Yeah, you got to start somewhere for
There's
sure.
a bunch of people in my neighborhood.
Yeah, no, I would
start playing
totally
in my neighborhood.
encourage you to do that. Making, starting playing some small concerts, and of
Maybe
course
for-
more practice.
and
But
maybe
yeah,
for parties, I could play.
that's great. Yeah, playing for parties. All right, let's hear from Joey then. What do you think you have to do to accomplish your goal to be
So
famous?
basically, when I do it, I'm just thinking, if I want to become better, what should I do? I should practice, I've been thinking, practice more, and maybe when I get a little better, make up my own song.
Yeah, that would be a great
And
idea.
then get some friends, make our own band, and then become like a famous band.
That sounds like a phenomenal idea. I think that's
Whatever you said, I did not even listen to.
Well, anyway, yeah. So both of you have said sort of things along the same lines here, where it's like you get better by practicing, and then you make your own bands, and then maybe you play some concerts, and the more concerts you play, the more people find out about you. Then you can sort of get more famous that way.
That's what we're trying to say.
And yeah, that's just sort of the way that this goes for a lot of people. But that's really, really great that you have these goals and you seem like you have a pretty good idea of how you can start to accomplish them. So let me get to my next question here. And now this one, I always ask this. It's a little bit of an awkward question, but I'm going to start with Joey on this one. So Joey, Michael obviously isn't here anymore, but what is it like to work with Michael, or to work with, whatever coach you end up working with? What is it like to work with your coach here at Rock Out Loud?
Just basically, when he just puts on the song and I have just that paper, I just don't pay attention. I don't look at the paper. I just look at the I don't know what I'm saying.
You listen to the music, right? Yeah.
I just listen to the music, and when I hear a new part, that's when I switch the keys and all up into the different orders.
He's asking you how you feel.
But so what is Michael like in lessons? Is it fun?
Fun.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't just
cool.
say fun.
So then, great answer. Let's hear from Brayden. Now I know I'm your coach. So what is it like to work with me? You can be honest.
It's awesome.
I love to hear it.
It's better than just fun.
So, do you feel? And I'll ask this to both of you, but I'll start with Brayden. Do you ever feel like maybe it's too difficult, or maybe it's like it's kind of stressful, or do you feel like it's manageable and it's like
when we played a wrecking ball at the beginning of the song, sometimes it may be songs are like smooth and smooth like beginnings. Mm-hmm. It makes like those emotional ones where it's like
it's like
piano,
a slow intro, yeah.
It makes me feel like the ones where it's like all like the little endings and beginnings when it's like just piano.
Yeah, just
let's
piano.
Make the
just
high
like
pitch.
Smaller. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm in a drum movie.
In a drum movie. Okay. And then let's hear from Joey.
And
oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I got more. Wait, what was the question?
Initially I was asking what it's like to work with your coach here, but then I sort of transitioned into awesome, thank you. But then I was sort of getting into is it ever too difficult, or do you feel like it's like a lot of fun most of the time?
Most of the songs at the beginning when I first learned them, like as it was, I was like, this is tricky, but I mean, I can get it because I didn't know how to do the frets yet. I was still like beginning
brand new.
And now we're doing that song with when we're stretching out the fingers like this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
Yeah,
my fingers aren't flexible. My body.
It's definitely a challenge. Well, your hands are also still small right now, so it's okay. Your hands will get bigger,
baby hand to you.
and it'll get much easier. So then, let's hear from Joey now. Do you ever feel like what are your main challenges when you're working with your coach?
Mainly, like the first time I've done piano, like first when I done it was like stressful because like when he taught me like how to play a song, like I did it correct, but the first like few times I'd messed up the order.
Right.
For like Hot Cross Buns, the first time I did it.
Yeah.
Like I did this whole song backwards.
That's fine. That's actually really advanced. It's called retrograding. It's really cool.
I forgot to say that every time I would mess up, in my mind I'd be so frustrated. I'll be going nuts.
That's fine.
That's what happens when I'm like starting a new song. Like the new song we're starting to learn.
Right.
What was it? We don't need more education.
Oh, we're working on the wall. We were
the wall.
It's cool. Yeah. So that's what we started on our last lesson. Great. Let me get to my next question here.
Awesome. It's just like every time I messed it up, I felt like
you just get better every time.
I felt like I was gonna have to restart until I got better.
Totally fine. That's all part of it. All right, so then let's start with Joey on this one. Do you have a favorite band or a favorite artist that you like to listen to, or even if not, maybe just a favorite song?
I have like there's like a lot of famous piano players I like.
Name some.
Elvis Presley. I forgot one of the names.
Maybe Elton John, maybe Billy Joel.
Oh
maybe-
yeah, Billy Joel, Elton
Yeah.
John.
Love Billy Joel. Those are some great piano
Yeah,
players
because
to
one of
listen
my
to.
friends here, Ava L,
Okay.
she comes here and her favorite piano player / singer is Jilly Jones.
Julie Jones. Okay.
Sounds like a book I read at school. Junie B. Jones. I don't read that anymore.
Well, it's good to have a lot of experience reading books.
I read that once and never again.
Now, Brayden, what's if you had to say, what's your favorite sort of band or artist or song?
My favorite song is As It Was, Save My Tears, and most of all, it is... I don't know. I think it's just As It Was. It's a pretty good song.
Yeah. Well, it's your first song you've ever played on stage, so
Yeah, it was awesome.
might as well be your favorite, right?
And my favorite bass player, I forgot its name.
Steven?
God, is that Stephen Franklin is your favorite bass player? No, I'm kidding. There's a lot of.
Okay, I'll say Steven.
Okay, thank you. I'm honored.
He's really good.
I am honored. I am
I
honored.
saw him play
I
a
hope
song
so.
with one of the other bases.
That's amazing.
He is awesome. And sometimes when we do As It Was or Wrecking Ball, he like does this cool theme for a second. It's awesome.
You do a cool little slide we worked on a little bit.
I want to do that.
Brayden picks things up very, very quickly when we work on them.
When I see you do something, I'm like, monkey see, monkey do. I want to do it.
Yeah, it's like I do it, and he's like, I want to do that.
Monkey see, monkey
so we
do.
sort of walk through it a little bit. So that's what I would encourage you to do, though. When you are listening to your famous, like when your favorite bass players and your favorite piano players, I would encourage you to listen to their songs and sort of think to yourself, like, what are they doing, and how do I do that? And you can even look at videos of them performing live, and then you can sort of copy
Are
it.
people watching us right now?
Question?
I think so, yes. And then let's hear from Joey.
Like when he said monkey see, monkey do.
Yes.
Yeah, I
said
said
that,
that in
don't
school
copy.
too. I just look at people with the reading. I'm like, monkey see, monkey do.
That's the whole thing, right? You know, you got to see something and then you can recreate it. So now let me ask you, how has your life changed? And I'll start with Brayden on this one. How has your life changed since starting to come to Rock Out Loud and starting to play music?
When it changed is it changed when I started learning the song As It Was, one of my first songs.
Right.
As soon as I started playing bass, I had this like feeling where it was like it just felt like good. It felt like the best thing ever.
That's
Better
awesome.
better than going to a movie theater and watching your favorite movie.
Wow. That must be a pretty good feeling.
It felt awesome. It's like at the beginning before I started, I wanted to do drums, but
Right.
then I saw something called bass guitar because we couldn't do drums. And I saw bass guitar and I was like, oh, I like guitar because I used to just play guitar. I used to play guitar. Well, I never took lessons. We always had a guitar.
Right.
And I just played random stuff because I didn't know how to play guitar.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
yeah, that's how it starts.
and then when I saw bass guitar, I'm like, well, I mean, a lot of people thought it was like a cello.
Yeah. A cello.
Because they thought, every time I would go to school and I told them what a bass guitar is, a bass guitar, they'll say, is it a bass drum or is it a cello?
Wow.
No, it's a bass guitar. And there's only
Yeah.
one or two kids in my whole school or class know what a bass guitar is.
We got to fix that. You got to spread the word.
Spread the word.
And they had to go to the Stone Pony. They gotta
They
see
got
me
it.
up there.
They gotta. Bring them to the next show.
Who is watching you? I want you to watch me.
Come to the Stone Pony.
Word for the
If
audience.
you don't, I'll
I have
get
to
really mad
word
at you.
for the
Let's hear from Joey. What's your word for the audience?
Share the word.
Share the word. That's the word
Bass
for the
guitar.
audience. So now,
No,
Joey,
no.
how has your life changed since coming to Rock Out Loud and
Since
starting to learn
I've been
music?
starting piano,
Yes.
it's just changed my life from okay life to like the best.
An okay life to now the best life. That's
Don't
awesome
say
to
okay.
hear.
That's pretty rude to our mother right now.
No. Yeah.
She's
of
smiling
course, you know,
now.
you're having a.
She's smiling now. now, when we go home, she'll be very pissed off at you.
Oh.
No need to worry. All right,
you're gonna
so
get your
let me ask you this
No,
one.
I'm not.
Let me ask you this one. We'll start with Joey on this. Ready? So, Joey, now right now, I know you said your goal in music is to be famous, but what's your, like, if I asked you right now, what do you want to be? Like, if any job, you could be a musician, you could be a famous celebrity, or you could be, something else.
I mean, all
What
that.
would? Let's start with Joey. What do you want to be right now? What do you want?
Celeb.
What? A celeb. A celeb.
That's short for celebrity.
I misheard you. Very modest goal. Very awesome. Okay, great. Let's hear from Brayden.
What's a celebrity?
What's a celeb? A very famous person.
I want to be. What is it? You mean an artist that paints?
An artist? Well, yeah, an artist. Or an artist could be a painter artist, or it could be, like there are a bunch of different types of artists. Any musician is also an artist.
I'm an artist. I'm a big artist.
You mean an
He
artist?
knows me. Only like 400 people know me.
An artist before a celebrity, right? That's how it always
I
goes.
really Wait, what was the question?
What do you want to
What's
be
wrong
when
with
you're
my
older?
brain right now? What do I want to be older? A celebrity.
A celebrity.
I need
Celebrity.
braces.
Celebrity.
Anyway, okay, let's get to the next question. All right, so you both want to be celebrities. Sounds good.
Not just that too. I
Oh,
really
you want to
wanna
be something else too?
And musician.
Awesome at bass guitar, like Steven.
And musician.
Thank
Come on,
you
he's
very
really
much.
good. I can't.
All right.
He's good.
Now, here's a great question for you. Let's start with Brayden. What advice would you give to someone who's just starting to learn how to play bass guitar?
I don't know anybody.
But if you did, let's say we had
Oh.
someone walk in and they were like, I want to learn how to play bass guitar, what advice would you give them?
I would give them. Do you know what a bass guitar is?
Okay, sure, they should probably know what it is. But what advice would you give? Like maybe
What
like
advice?
practice?
Okay, I would say you should practice using their frets, and like every time it would go faster and faster and faster.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure, the mic on the bass.
Yeah,
You want to put your thumb always there.
Right, your
I mean,
pickups.
sometimes you don't have to use them. I mean, if you can't reach the G or D string, you could just like take it off. But I mean,
Right.
you always want to keep your thumb on it.
Good. So yeah, you're telling them about technique and stuff like that. Okay, awesome.
And to get a lot better, you could do something cool by like something cool.
Brain,
Well,
take
you wanna-
over this right now.
No, we're good. We're good. Let's hear him.
You want to like you could start with the. No one knows what a F1 is, but you could start on E.
Your first fret, yeah.
The E is the first fret. And want to go all the way up to F. F is the first fret. And you want to hold that. You want to like
Practice
string
with your
it?
fingers, right?
Yeah, like do.
Practice quarter notes, eighth notes, all
And
that.
you don't have to have a bass. It just sounds a little off.
Right,
So
right.
it still works.
All right, let's hear from Joey
You wanna
now.
go, sometimes you could go like dune, and you could just go down and go back up.
Yeah, you
like
can
got-
slide.
Yeah,
Yes.
slide.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's hear from Joey now. What advice would you give to someone who's just starting to play piano?
Like for advice, I'd say like if you're like starting a song, like an easy song like Hot Cross Buns.
Right. If you're starting hot cross buns, yes.
What's so funny, people?
This is not a comedy show.
This is not a comedy. All right. What advice would you
There's
give?
something wrong with these people. A lot of parents will laugh for no reason.
Let's hear from Joey. What advice would you give?
Like advice, I just say, like if you hear something, maybe like advice, like say if you're like doing a song, like
Right.
starting a song,
Yeah.
and like you don't know what to do the chords.
Yeah.
And if you just have your teacher write a paper out,
Right.
and if you put the music out, you'll just fly right through it. Like
Yeah.
you'll know the chord like minute by minute.
Right. So you can use like lead sheets to help you out. You can
Like
see it on
sheets of like what what chords you do,
Right.
like the parts you play, the parts you don't play, the chords.
Right. Okay, so yeah, reading music. That's a great tip for people. All right, so now this question's for both of you.
Okay.
And you can sort of call out answers, but obviously, not too chaotically. But as you think of them, I'm just gonna give you some time. Is there anyone, could be in this room, anyone not in this room, that you would like to thank for helping you so far?
Michael.
Only person is Steven.
Michael?
Michael.
The only person?
Okay, I'll say Aaron.
My mom.
You're still up
my
here.
dad.
Come up here.
My older brother. My little brother. My baby brother.
Oh, my, yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, you want to thank your family,
Pretty much
right?
my whole family.
And once I had my bass guitar out,
Grandma,
and
grandpa,
my baby brother,
my
he
aunt, my
always came up.
uncle.
He always came up to me and he'd like pluck my strings. So he'd like
My
put his hand on it and like.
So you want to thank your whole family, basically,
Yes,
right?
I
And
really
your-
thank everyone in my
everyone
family.
is
I
helping
think
you
I
around.
should teach my baby brother,
My great
Kaden.
grandpa, my
He-
great
Very
Every
nice.
time I had
my great great grandpa, my great.
I got one question
You are
for
very
you. Can
thankful for
quiet,
so
please?
many people. No, it's a question for both of you. Totally fine. All right, so we've got a lot of people to thank. Thank you
Wow,
very
that's
much. Those are all the questions that I had for you. Now I'll ask you this,
I wanna
or
hug
for
you.
one last one. Do you have any questions for me?
I would say, let's see, how famous am I gonna get?
How famous are you gonna get? As famous as you believe you will be. If you put your mind to it, and you.
Forever.
All right, then.
And
I believe
want to
fully.
learn all those cool tricks you can do.
Not a question, but absolutely,
It's not a
totally
question.
fine.
It's just something I wanna learn, 'cause it's
We will
awesome.
definitely learn them all. And what about you, Joe? You got any questions
play
for
in
me?
a band?
Do I play in a band? Yes, I
plays
play.
in, like,
I
6
play in a
bands.
bunch of bands. Yeah,
Like 6 of them.
pretty much whenever a band needs me to play with them, I go ahead and do it, and that's what you guys should do
usually
too.
has 3 bands. I have 2 bands
But
already.
very, very cool. All right, thank you all. This has been another installment of the Rock Out Loud podcast with the Fennell family,
Brayden.
with Brayden and Joey.
Your name's not me. Your name is Joey.
With Brayden
Say
and
Joey. Joey!
and Joey. Thank you very much. All right.